Big up, big up, big up. Trini clock is not broken, GB. It's just a bit late. I had to change the session to a night session, bro. I wasn't feeling well this morning, and it's night my time. It's actually morning, but you know how it is, guys. It's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, and I'm here with the daily update match preview. Man United at home, Old Trafford tomorrow, later on today. You know, probably by the time you're seeing this against West Ham. And guys, it's been a shaky weekend with the run of fixtures in the Premier League. A lot of upsets, a lot of shock results. Man United need to take advantage. But as I get into the show, guys, I'm going to bring to you my buddy, you know, my old pal, Admiral Drex. He's in the building. So don't forget to check out D Hop Sports, guys. Smash that like and subscribe. Especially if you're new, guys. Smash those likes anyway. And if you have Burners account, sign in on them and smash the likes again. That's what we're talking about, bro. You know, let's get the show started and let's get right into it, guys. And big up, big up, big up to everyone. And got my buddy in the building. Trex, what's going on, bro?
Big up, I'm all right. It's been a beautiful day today. And the AFCON, yeah. I heard you were not feeling too good, but it was exceptional. It was beautiful. Yo, I've never, my life, I've never had an AFCON that was this exciting and entertaining like the one we've had at the moment. So yeah, today was good. Today was good, and with the run of result we had in the Premier League, my days, man. My days. Like yeah, I didn't expect some of those results, but football, you know what it is in football. Never say never. It's game on until the 90th minute. So yeah, all in all, it was a good day today.
Surprising results. And another surprising result for me. Big up to Stephanie G. Didn't think we'd be seeing you, but you're the MVP. We never forget you. Hope you're having a good night, my dear Steph. All is good, all is good. GB's been here since this morning. The Trinity clock is broken. No, it's not, bro. I wasn't feeling well, bro. So my bad, my bad. My apologies to you. And I hope you have a good day. And if you get a chance, check out the video, smash a like, leave your comments, let me know what you're thinking about the game. You know what? Big up to everyone coming in. And, you know, let's get right into it. You know, like today I was hearing a debate from TUS. Guys, it's shocking. Shocking the context of this debate. Whose has a higher ceiling, Ganacho or Mason Greenwood? And I know the world has an opinion of Mason Greenwood right now, but I feel like it's clouding some people's football judgment because is there even a debate or is this pure agenda? You know, we're comparing a very talented youngster with a youngster who's like generational in the sense that not many players in every team are both footed as good on both sides. You know what I mean? It's rare. Pele was one of them. You know, Messi is left footed. He's not even both footed. So it's something for me you can't even really equivocate. And while I love Garnacho, you know, as much as whatever people opinion is on Mason Greenwood, his football ability is first class. I would say after him, only Kobe Mainoo's generational since the passing of these two. What are your thoughts, my bro?
Yo, it's more of I feel like yeah, what the story surrounded him in what 2 years ago, right? About 2 years ago. It's what's clouding most people's judgment. So when you bring up the name MG Mason Greenwood, there's this there's this block for those people just want to see him go down. They have this block already. They don't want to even think. They don't want to be rational in their thinking. They just want to be like, you know what, rule him out, kick him to the side. He's nobody. But they forget that every we all are humans, one, and everybody's got a dark past, or everybody's got something in them that not everybody in this world. Once it's made revealed to the people in this world, no one is gonna be championing your cause. But at the same time, going to the debate, Ganacho is a talent. Ganacho is a young talent, right? He is on his own. He is good, and he still has room to improve. Now, people say Greenwood maybe, I don't know why they talk about Greenwood the way they do. Fine, the case which was deemed was dropped and it was cleared, right? But that aside, now focus on football. Focus on his talent. The boy is good. The boy is damn good. Like both feet, right, left. You. People act as though what Garnacho is doing right now, Greenwood didn't do more than that.
More, you know what I'm saying?
So it's just it's I wouldn't say it's an agenda thing. I would just say it's the whole story surrounding Greenwood. People just don't want to. Some people don't want to let go because guess what? They don't want to be attacked by people and attacking their brand and attacking their business. To me, whatever debate they were trying to carve out was just more like let's just err on the side of caution, right? Nobody wants everybody's trying to protect their brand by just saying what the people, the brand, quote and unquote, people wants to hear, you know. But when you dip it down, yo man, name me, is Garnacho as good on his left foot as Greenwood? No. Garnacho is what, 19, 20. Garnacho should be 19, right?
20, 19,
Yeah.
19,
Greenwood should be like what, 21.
21 going on 22. Just turned
So
22, I think.
so now, if you say Garnacho has a higher ceiling, I can understand you in terms of age, the age wise. No, Garnacho is what, 2 years younger than Greenwood. So if you're talking about that, like okay, the things Garnacho we pick up now before it gets to 21, might be better than what Greenwood. But don't forget, when Greenwood was 19, Greenwood was 18. He was rocking it.
Yeah, he was the finisher article.
Left foot bam, right foot bam. Like you don't even keep goalies or goalkeepers don't know which one. If he's coming on his right, goalkeepers okay, he's gonna shoot with his right, but it switches it up on them and he goes with his left. And it's not just one of those left foot that you just say, okay, maybe you don't know. We don't. You and I don't know which is his favorite. You and I don't know which is his strongest because he's the
100%.
ball this with the same power and the same precision, the way he strikes it with the right as well as the left. So like what Stephanie is saying, two-footed players are very rare. But so my thing is drop your bias, drop your bias and look at it. If you're telling me the debate, if you're saying, okay, what are the parameters? What are we looking at? Right? Because Greenwood can play on the right and as well can play on the left. So what are you saying? Greenwood can score with his head, can score with his right foot and his left foot. Ganasio maybe can grow into that. We don't know. But I think both of them have, they're talented players, but in my opinion, right, Greenwood has a higher football IQ than, in my opinion, than Genasho. But it's all got to do with the experience. Don't forget, Greenwood didn't play competitive football for about 2 years, if I'm mistaken. You understand? So yeah, we have to look at the parameters in which the debate was being. But to just say Greenwood is to just push Greenwood aside and big up, try to big up Genasho, man. It's like saying, it's like just, you're just clouding, you're just running with you're just running the debate based on the story that's hovering around Greenwood, not really his ability on the football pitch.
Big up to Luan and R10 coming in. And let's move along, bro. Like, I didn't want to keep it there too long. Let's talk about this. The players that left, gone out in January on loan. Some of these players were like the same usual suspects who've been playing most of the preseason, but, as well, they're youths and they've been moved up head of the table. I feel like there are one or two names in there I could see that probably might make it into the first squad as of next season. Like the long term planning. Maybe a Gore Jr., Alvaro Fernandez for me would be ones that I would say shoe in to make the first team next season or get their chances. You know, Two on this list for me, I feel like haven't really gotten much chances. And for me, I would have liked to see them get more chances, but I also live by the saying that not everyone will make it. You know what I mean? And that's Joe Hugel and none other than Facundo Palestri. I think he's a talent, but for some reason, maybe Ten Hag doesn't want to put him in the team to ruin him. I don't know, but maybe he does, or maybe he doesn't fancy him. Who can know? You know what I mean?
My take is United. Some United fans tend to feel like, okay, the manager is killing, hurting talent, right? But let's get this straight. You're right. What if everybody seems to know what the manager is thinking? Everybody seems to have an idea or seems to feel like um they what should I call it? Everybody feels things okay. They have someone inside United that's feeding them stories, but nobody's is coming out to say what's concrete, right? What if, like you rightly said, what if the manager is looking at pedestrian and saying, at the moment, you're not going to get the kind of game time you need to develop, right? What if he has spoken to pedestrian like, you need to go on loan for your own benefit? Fine, the agent came and said what he ought to say, or said all he said, which in my opinion is a dent on Pelestri, because your agent is representing you, and if he's talking crap about the manager that you play under, that is coaching the football club that's paying your salary, then that doesn't look good on you, right? So what if Ten Hag is saying, "Yo, go do your thing"? On the flip side of that same coin, what if Pelestri is not meeting a set level? People will argue and say, "Okay, but he's playing Anthony over Pelestri." But don't forget, he didn't buy Pelestri. Even
Exactly.
the said manager that got Pelestri in Pelestri's time, or whatever time is, he didn't even fancy Pelestri. That's Ole. Didn't even fancy Pelestri. So now trying to force Ten Hag to play a player he didn't buy. One, I'm just talking about the flip side of that coin, right? That one, he didn't buy this player.
100%.
Two, he doesn't see this player as maybe someone that will cut it. Right? Why not let this player go develop? And
Hope
it's
you get
where,
well soon, Luan.
yeah. Oh man, that's not good. So why not let this player go to a more now? He didn't just send him out on loan, maybe to any other place, but send him to Spain, where the language and all of that, it's a little bit like home, right? So it gives him
That
more
comfort.
that comfort. I can understand these guys can understand me, and like and so on, right? So we'd have to look at it not just with the buyer's mind, look at it as what's good for the player. The agent might have said what he said, but you have to look at the but on the at the end of the day, it has to be good for the player. The player needs game time, and if he goes to Granada like he has done, let's see how much game time, because we tend to say because at United everybody should be playing, but when these players go on loan or go to other clubs, they don't get the same game time.
Exactly.
Martial went to Sevilla the other time, didn't get enough game time before he got injured. Donny the same thing, didn't get enough game time before he got injured. The only player that I think have gone on loan that has been playing consistently is Greenwood.
Greenwood, Ahmad done it, and Alvaro.
Sunderland, yeah,
And
yeah,
Alvaro when he was at Granada.
so even
Oh, he played
Alvaro,
today,
yeah,
apparently. Never
yeah,
miss Rob. Shouts
even
out,
Alvaro.
bro. Didn't know that.
Even Alvaro. So I need to see these guys play. Like when you go on loan, prove not don't prove the manager wrong. That's a wrong mindset in my opinion. That's a wrong mindset. Don't try to prove the manager wrong. Try to play to the best of your ability and build on yourself. Because guess what? If you are playing to the best of your ability and you're building on yourself, not just your manager. Forget about your manager, where you're coming from. There are other clubs that's going to be looking at you and be like, okay, we're going to take a chance with this guy. This guy is good. This is what we need in this area. So
100%.
it's so don't try to. People tend to say, "Oh, go prove to Eric Ten Hag." You're not doing that. You just go play your football, build on yourself.
100%. And like R10 coming in here, Dango Jr.'s is normally play the eight role for the youth team next to Kobe Menu. That's where he developed the most. Last season we had most of the success in the youth league and earlier on this season because of his combination with Kobe Menu in the midfield. When Kobe was coming back from injury, he was playing in the youth team alongside Dango Jr. And bro, I tell you guys, Dango is giving me some Paul School vibes. I'm not trying to hype him too much, but he has that kind of esque style, them kind of fancy kind of plays. He rugged, he can make tackles, he see some balls, and he spray good passes. He's very good deep line playmaker. He drive with the ball in the midfield. I think Dango Jr. next season was the plan, and this is one of the reasons why. Moving on to the next topic is why I think that Isaac Hansen Oran was sold, because I think Isaac Hansen Oran offers the same role at a position in number 8 Maybe some might say 10. But at the end of the day, I think if he was to realistically get into the squad, he would probably get in the squad as an 8 right now. And in comparison to Dango Jr., I don't think he has the all round game yet. He has a lot of talent, a lot of ability, world of ability. He has very good footballing sense, but he's too small right now and he's not able to utilize his body well, to endure tackles and play through physical games yet. He usually gets pushed around a lot. And I think that might be one of the things why, they decided to send him on loan with a buyback clause. So maybe, you know what? He could go there and develop himself, grow into himself, learn the game, and next thing you never know, he might be coming back to Manchester United in a,
Yeah,
in a year or two.
yeah, yeah. Because the I think there was this thing where we have to match the price kind of clause, right? So like what Amo is saying right there, right? I don't understand why. I kind of understood why they sold Ghana was to get that money, right? Morton needed. I don't know where they had to look for money, and they just deemed the feel that it was Ghana they could sell. But I'd have kept Ghana and sell and sold McTominay. I don't know where he would have gone, but just sell McTominay off, right? Because Ghana, in my opinion, is better than McTominay. But again, I dip it down and I try to look at it from the other side of the fence and say, if Ghana was that good, because guess what? He helped Nottingham Forest get promotion. Why didn't Nottingham Forest try to keep him? Nottingham Forest, the season they got promotion, went on a buying spree, on the spending spree, and did not consider penning down Ghana. So, but that's on that's by the wayside, right? But like what he's saying, bring back Ghana. I'll take back Ghana in place of Scott
McTominay.
McTominay.
I
Yeah,
would too.
sell
You
Scott
know,
McTominay, get me Ghana better. But if we're going to be selling my Scott McTominay and there's somebody better than Ghana in that position and it's about the same prices, right? Get that person. But if you can get Ghana back, fine. Then for Isaac, I feel like the kid wants to play. The kid wants to play. And if there is no, how do you improve? Now, how do you pour your knowledge if there's no exam? You keep going to school and keep getting in all the theories and everything, but there is no exam to actually test your knowledge, right? How much you've actually learned and all of that. So the kid wants to play, the kid wants to develop. That's for me, that's an ambitious kid who knows that, okay, if I stay at United, if he has extended his contract, maybe he would have gotten the odd game here or there, right? But that's not what he wants. He wants
yeah,
a
he wants
regular
game
game
time,
time. So
and it's
kudos
not.
to
It's
him. And we should stop this thing and be like, okay, the club is supposed to give him time. The club is supposed to give him game time. But truth be told, if he stayed, maybe give him what in a season, maybe 10 games. Is that enough? And not like he's gonna get 10 games run on the stretch. No, here or there, that isn't enough for someone that actually wants to build or grow. No, he's not gonna get this amount of game time Ganacho is getting at the moment. No, it's not gonna happen.
exactly.
So we should just try to drop because Ten Hag is the one at the helm. We should try to drop that dislike and bias and just see it holistically. And what's my I always look at it. What is beneficial to the player? If it's game time you need and you're not going to be getting it at United, hell, I love the club, but if the club is not going to be giving you the game time, bro, if you're my brother, I'll tell you, if the club is not going to give you the game time, bro, let's go get some game time elsewhere. You know?
Exactly. And you know what? Like Stephanie saying, these 2022 Youth Cup winners know each other's game. It must be beneficial to the team when they get a chance in the first team, like Menu, Gorg, Garnacho, Alvaro, Bennett, and Hugo. You know what I mean? Like, and guys, like I've seen some of these young players. I watch them week in, week out, you know, every week. And some of them are good and some of them are consistent. But then there are some of them who I think, they had a few good games, but they're not that consistent and they're not that good. So for me, it's like when we saw the likes of Hannibal leave, I was kind of happy because I never really appreciated his talents. To be fair, not that I don't think he's a decent player, I just think he's not Man United level. In my opinion. So just a quick question to you guys in the chat as well. Players to leave in the summer. This is my shortlist currently. Maybe, definitely Anthony Martial. It seems like Hannibal Medbury's having a bit of a row at Sevilla, so he probably might not be getting the game time he was looking for, and you never know, he might be sold. But also Harry Maguire for me is one that I think we should be looking to move on, as well as Luke Shaw. I think availability is key, and I have to throw Anthony in there because as much as I'm the Anthony Defense League, I think right now he's not showing out. He's not coming into himself into the team and really showing why he was bought. Now, for me, the 90 million is not an issue because at the end of the day, for the last decade, the club was spending money badly. I will not blame that on the player or the manager. I think as solely on the ones responsible for signing checks and doing negotiations because they are bad at their jobs. They always have been. And well, Marcus Rashford, because I think he's a great talent. I think for what he has done in the last game, I hope this continues in every game. I hope he goes on a very good run of form because, like I will always say, he's a talisman in this team. If he plays well or has a great start to the game, the tone is set for the rest of the Manchester United attackers. He leads by that example, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. you know. But I'm just posing those questions because these are players who've been at the club who not really having good games or good or available or was having these inconsistent form that people have been talking about in the last few weeks that I think might be options. So what are your thoughts, my bro? And those in the chats, let me know what you're thinking.
The list you have there, for sure, Marshall is gone, right? Mejbri will end up being like a Tai Chung that we loan out, come back until he finally gets somewhere to go permanently, right? Maguire, is he ambitious enough to want to go, right? To get game playing time because guess what? The Euro is around the corner. I think it's this year, right? This summer break, right? So, sure, if we get a good left back to replace Shaw, I won't. I would say it's time for him to maybe look for
Did I lose Drex there?
a better. Oh my days.
You're back, bro.
Okay, so I say for Luke Shaw, I don't if he's sold, I won't make him false. Anthony has not lived to expectation. Rashford is the only one in question that I would say if let's see between now and because Rashford for me, right? There's a player in there, right? There's a good player in there, and I don't know how. See, like we're all humans. Everybody deals with mental stuff differently, right? Same mental shit. Everybody's gonna deal with it differently. So maybe there's something in there that's holding Rashford down. He needs to be able to separate that from the football. I feel like most of his I was gonna talk about that too. I feel like most of his work off the football pitch, right? Is hurting him because some of the media house didn't really like the way he went. I think I stand corrected. I don't feel like some of the media house liked the way he went against was it Johnson Boris, right? During the COVID time when he was trying to get feed the programs he was doing for the kids, right? So I feel like they were gunning out for him and he had affected him a lot. Now, Stephanie, we're going to come back to this question you asked about two goalkeeper. So for Rashford, if there's a good offer and if we are going to be investing whatever we make from him, fine. But if I don't still trust the club, even with the 25% Jim Ratcliffe and everybody, until they prove to us that they can make the right decision. I don't trust the club to actually sell Rashford for a good fee and invest it into the club. I don't trust them. But if they would invest the fee, then maybe just take that point. But for me, I think I'll just give Rashford another year
Well,
under a structure, under a structure, not just because we tend to say give the manager time with structure behind him. Let's see if we can give some of these players structure behind them because now they don't have anybody to run to. No, I'm just saying they don't have any
yeah,
director
yeah,
of football
I
to
get what you
run to
mean.
and all of that, right? So let's just is Rashford is the only one. Every other person on that list,
Well, I
including
mean,
McTominay, I'll kick out.
like I keep saying, bro, Luana's might be mad at me, but I overly critical of him because of his role in the squad, and his role is the talisman. That's why he went in number 10. So let me just say, I would just say this outright. If he scored 20 goals, probably get like 10 assists at the end of this season, I would be like, if he stays or not, I don't mind. You know what I mean? If he's here next season, I'm cool with it. I really want to see Mason Greenwood come back. That's what I really want. That's my only gripe
No, but
with
the
the
truth
club.
is, The truth is,
But
Aroten coming in saying Marshall Evans. For me, Marshall and Evans it's nail on. Like it's set in stone that I don't think they will renew Evans' contract. Evans has
everyone's got
done
a year
well,
extension in January, though.
uh,
Just putting that out there. I don't know if
but
you all knew
I
that,
don't,
man.
but that would see. I think another club in the Premier League would have seen Evans' performance, and that would have given Evans another shot at another club. So if they actually triggered a 1 year, giving him a 1 year extension, is to get some sort of value, and Evans would be grateful if he could give United something back, right? As to for them putting a faith on him for a season. So, but for me, yeah, it's Rashford is the I know a lot of people want to let Rashford go, but I still feel like there's something in there in that boy that it just needs. According to, I'm not going to toe the line of Alan Shearer that says he needs a strong management. I just feel like Rashford needs to be able to separate. He should be able to separate off the field issues
Off the field and
and
on the field.
yeah, yeah, he should be able to separate them. So when he comes on in training or in dressing room, he wears the cloak of okay, I'm going to be playing football now. Then when he's done, take the cloak off and do whatever he wants to do. Fine.
Yeah, 100%. And like never miss Robert saying Hannibal to Sevilla. For me, that never makes sense. I thought you'd have go to me. I thought you'd have go to Everton. You'd have keep him in the Prem. He'd have get Prem proven, experience. It would have been better for him. You know what I mean? The Sevilla thing kind of questionable for me, but
These players, some of these players, they have an ego as big as well. I don't know how to even say it right, but I felt like he turned down Everton because Everton was maybe in a state, right? So everybody wants, but I don't know. Did you see Everton play today? Like Tottenham at one point, I was looking at Tottenham. I was like, yo, like 15 minutes to go, and already, I think Ange already gave up and said, you know what, the way these guys are coming at us, let me just keep it. Let me just shut up. Let me just shut the shop. But
mm,
I think that was where he made a mistake. I still felt like he should have gone at them, right? But the minute he did that, what's his name? Sean Dyche, he doesn't relent. He's kept, throwing everything at them. And so when players tend to look at these clubs that are okay, safe except Sheffield United and Burnley, right? Any other club in the Premier League, right? They should be able to go on loan there and get game time. Like an Hannibal would do well in a Luton to help them. Just the same way Lingard went to West Ham that season and improved. Like he was the player for them the time he went. So I don't know. Sevilla didn't really make sense to me because he's not. I don't think he suits their kind of football. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he suits it.
true, true. And Stephanie asking this question, guys, can you answer why we have two goalies on the bench? And you know what? I think that's a trait with most Dutch managers and German managers. It's something you see in the Dutch league and the German league a lot. And I think that's how what Ten Hag is do when he want to, cut short a player from the bench, in my opinion. So not too sure. What are
Let
your
me
thoughts
see.
on that, Alex?
Let me. I think you're right because there's something in there because remember when Danny Van der Beek was here, when we knew Donny Van der Beek was going to Frankfurt, right? Yeah, is it Frankfurt? Yeah. He kept putting him on the bench, and I kept asking the question, why is Donny on the bench? Why don't you give somebody else, even if the person's not going to play, why don't you give one of these young kids a spot on the bench to give them that excitement, that okay, that match the experience, right? So there's something that maybe it's superstition, maybe it's like like you said at the end of your statement, like to keep somebody out of the substitute or the bench. There's something they do. I have no idea because two goalkeepers, when you already have one and you know fully well that you're not going to be taking that one off anytime, I don't see it. Doesn't make sense to me. But going with what Stephanie is saying here, if Eric survives, Anthony survives, Marshall definitely gone. Sure as well. Maybe Maguire, maybe Hannibal gone. Rashford survived, but you forgot McTominay. See,
Yeah, I
I'm
forgot
gonna say this
McTominay.
now. I'm gonna
But
say this now. If McTominay is here next season and Rashford is here next season and they still carrying on the way they're carrying on now, Eric Ten Hag would not survive December. It wouldn't survive it. It wouldn't go past December this year because, bro, you might say I'm talking rubbish, but these two players, right? They don't suit how the manager wants to play. The manager throws in McTominay just because he doesn't have anybody in the bench to go in there. He wouldn't send Eriksen at that time, it wouldn't say because Ericsson doesn't have the legs. McTominay is the person
100%.
that still would think, okay, would run here or there, but you could see in the game, McTominay, all he wants to do is just score goals and just put himself in the limelight and be like a hero. It's McTominay is still here, and what's his name? You have McTominay, you have Bruno, you have Rashford, who all three can't play the way this manager wants to play. Like if you cast your mind back to the way Ayers plays, these three of them they can't play it, right? Even the counter-attacking football, sometimes even Rashford, I feel like he struggles, right? If this guy is still, and if Ten Hag is still luckily still here after the summer, or still
He
gives is
probably will
allowed to,
be.
yeah, he's allowed to go into the last year of his contract, and these three guys are still here and still here, and they don't get and we don't get players that can actually retain the ball and actually help the manager because you could have Bruno and Rashford in the team and have the other players right know how to retain the ball and how to move the ball the way the manager wants and there'll still be a success. But if you don't have that and you still have these three players in the team, bro, man, December
Bro,
might
man,
just
it's gonna be
bro,
thick.
December might just be to see December. You might be lucky.
Might be lucky.
You might
You
be
know,
lucky if
like
you see December.
Bruno turned down a huge money deal to Saudi that's been reported in January.
Yeah,
I know they're just
yeah.
bringing it back because, they need to sell papers, talk about Man United footballers. I'd like to see Ten Hag create some competition with the goalkeeping group as well. But like I keep saying to people, like it's not common that you will switch a goalkeeper just like that after the first 6 months. Now, Klopp didn't do it. Pep didn't do it. You know what I mean? So they ran with it, and at the end of the season is when they made the decision to move Carriers on and to move on the players. Joe, whatever his name.
I want to ask Luwan a question. Luwan, what's in McTominay that makes you think he's a good player and keep playing for United? Because the comment that says at least he wants to score. See, we shouldn't be doing at least he wants to score. We should be doing at least what's best for the team. And what's best for the team is that everybody keeps their head on the ground, everybody keeps the concentration high, and not one person trying to look like a hero. Because whenever McTominay steps on the pitch, all I see is somebody that just wants to get in the box and just score the goal and just be like, oh, I saved the day. And it's not disciplined as to what he doesn't know what to do. Because if you see the Wolves game, before they scored the third goal, there was a play where McTominay's man ran past McTominay. McTominay was still like slow walking. It was if not for Varane that actually stepped in and the ball ricocheted off Varane and dropped at McTominay's feet, right? That was an easy cutback for that guy to just slot home. So when people tend to say people call out Bruno when he goes to initiate a press, which is not supposed to do because that's indiscipline in his part. People do call him out. So when the McTominay is not doing what I feel like the manager is asking him to do, we know he can't do it. But the manager is entrusting him to try to do it because there's nobody else, and all he cares about is how to get a goal. Don't come and tell me at least he wants to score. Everybody wants to score. Everybody wants to score. Newport game, we ended up playing 2-2 for the best part of the game because everybody wanted to score. Is that how we're going to lead this team? No, man. No, man. But yet again, if McTominay, if we want to progress as a football club, if we want to hit the height that we know we should be, McTominay
Getting rid.
shouldn't be a McTominay
No,
shouldn't be
no,
shouldn't
no.
be a starter. Even coming off the bench, they should have somebody before himself. I'm not dissing the player. I'm just saying we've seen enough of McTominay to know that he's not the guy, man. He's not the United material. Fine, he came up from the youth setup, right? But not everybody that's come from the youth setup is actually 100% star. No, no. We've seen the likes of, okay, if that's the case, then we're going to be giving the likes of Joe Ugul and Fish and every other person that comes from the youth setup. We have to be giving them a start. No, we can't. We can't be keeping players that are not up to par and who simply because they want to score or because they've scored a few goals here or there, they should remain. Man, if we want to progress as a team, we shouldn't be sentimental. Sometimes we should look past it. I know we love players. We most of the fan base are player FC, but we should be trying to put the club and the team first, not the players. not the players.
100%.
That's
You
why,
know,
because I love Sancho. Most people that know I love Sancho. Oh, when that thing happened, I was furious, right? I was still at Mark. Ask Mark, he will tell you I was in the group. I'm in the group with Mark. I'm like, yo, I wish the manager can just look past what Sancho did and just draw him closer, right? But on the other hand, I'm like, no, if he does that, then there will be chaos in the dressing room. That's super undermining himself. I love Sancho. Like I watched Dortmund. To tell you how bad it is, I watched Dortmund because of Sancho. But he's done something stupid, and I won't say because of that. Nah, he,
100%.
the minute he
No,
made that statement about going home, I just knew his mind wasn't at United. His mind was gone. Let him go.
in my
Let him
honest,
go.
you see, when I listen to man, people might say, well, what you want him to do and whatever, right? But here my argument, right? One, he wasn't pulling up trees at United. Two, the manager who bought him played him less games, give him less game time than the manager
100%.
who protect him for 3 months while giving him time and having a team that he hired to train him and get him back to full fitness. The
Why the
biggest
season?
strike
Remember, Mark, you need to highlight this. Why the season was on?
while the
Not
season
like we
was
had a
on.
break.
And
Okay.
everybody was attacking Ten Hag about it. Like, where's Sancho? Where's Sancho? Every single press conference. Even fans was getting on Ten Hag back. Why he protecting Sancho? Blah, blah, blah. And he protected him. And for me, it feel like Sancho spit in his face. That's out of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And like Manu saying, like this reason why I feel like McTominay had to go. Manu was on his own in midfield when Casemiro got subbed off. McTominay scores his goal, but he does weaken the midfield. 100%. I see Olmo jumping in the background, bring in. Where's he seeing Olmo? What going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
Chilling,
Yeah,
like
chilling.
big up on.
yeah, I was saying that for the players that who are Rashford, if Rashford's in this team, the manager's not gonna go far. The manager's not gonna go far. So long Rashford, like the thing that happened with Sancho, I'm like, okay, you can't do that with Sancho. Okay, cool. You can banish him. You cannot do that with Marcus Rashford.
True.
Marcus Rashford is Manchester United. Marcus
Exactly.
Rashford equal Manchester United. Until Marcus Rashford go, we can never succeed. We can never succeed. So when they give him that new contract, I was like, oh, it's all for ETH. It's over. Just leave on your high ground. Leave on your, like once it's 3 year contract's up, just go. You don't have to resign. Just leave. Like I did my best, and the just said the ball didn't do what I wanted them to do, and that's it. Because they're gonna give like so long as Rashford is here, ETH can never succeed. No manager can ever succeed with Marcus Rashford. Because Marcus Rashford is Manchester United. You take out Marcus Rashford, and you see that everything changed in the dressing room. Because Marcus Rashford is untouchable. He is
100.
Thanos.
100.
He is
100%.
untouchable. If you're able to touch Marcus Rashford and bench him, say, okay, you just banish him like you did Sancho, like send him to the mountains, bro. Everybody in that locker room will fix up. Everybody in
100.
that locker room will fix up. Garnacho, what he's doing, sometimes he does good, sometimes he does that. He's gonna fix up. Like, okay, bro, ain't I can't be shooting at 100, like 99% of the time. Like, no, McTominay would learn. Like, yo, I gotta fix up because I'm next. Like Maguire, like everybody will improve once he leaves.
100%, bro.
Not
100%.
like they will improve, but you still sell them,
Mhm.
but they will improve.
They would know that now, because to them it feels like Rashford is a shield, right? A shield, right? So they
Yeah.
can hide behind Rashford's whatever shenanigans or whatever is going on with Rashford and United. Like you said, United is Rashford, Rashford is United. So they know they have a blanket to hide under. But if you take off that blanket, you exposes everybody, and everybody would have to sit up. So the ones that they so see, I was just telling Mark before you. I don't know if you heard me when I said, as long as Rashford is still going to be here and Bruno and McTominay, this manager won't. If he succeeds if he manages to get into next season, he won't. By December, it's gone. By
100.
December, it's gone.
It's just that he can survive slightly if he doesn't play McTominay at all.
Okay.
Because you play
No,
McTominay at what cost? He gets you the goal, but at what cost? The match ended 4-3. If
yeah,
Casemiro if Casemiro played 90 minutes, the match ended 2-1 or
three
3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
Cause yeah, because McTominay scored the third goal. Even though the match was still ended 3-1, because we still had chances after that.
Yeah, we did. We had chances after that.
So my thing is like the man got to do it piece by piece, and him play McTominay because he gets your goals is like, bro, at what cost?
At
Because
what
you
cost?
will see like everything is just is shambles behind there. Take away the McTominay goals, and you like, yo, this is horrible back here.
On 100%, bro. And let's get this straight. It's not that we are hating on anybody. It's what we've seen over the years. It's not just one season. It's not just two seasons. We've seen this. It's not something we just wake up one morning and say, okay, we've seen it. The season that Oli got sacked, Rashford was walking on the pitch, himself and Lingard. They were just walking on the pitch, not doing anything. And I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, yo, man, are you? There must be something you know about United that's giving you this impetus to actually do what you're doing. It's not hating. That season, if they had sold Rashford, oh my days, I'd have been the number one. I'd have been so happy. I haven't bought the United kit in a while. Maybe I would have done that after they sold him. Right? It's just, but the
And
next season,
and,
Eric
and
Ten
you
Hag
know,
came. Go ahead.
no, real quick on that Ole season. You know what's so funny? Because they fired Ole, they burned Ralph Ragnick, and Ralph Ragnick
Mm.
played Elanga over him.
Yeah,
It's not, and people shit on Elanga like, oh, Elanga this, Elanga that. I'm like, it's not that Elanga is better than Rashford. Rashford is 100% better than Elanga. Elanga put in the effort. Effort.
100%.
He put in the effort. Is why Ralph Ragnick played him. Rashford was not putting no effort. You go on the bench. Like it's just the simple things. You work hard, you play. But when it was like you might work hard in training, 100%. But when it's time for the test, which
you
is
don't
the match day,
you
90
don't show
minutes,
up.
you
You
don't
don't
show
show up.
up.
Yeah,
And you do it time after time. I'm like, bro, I don't understand. If you're not if a player show up on a test day and okay, do slight work in training, I'm like, okay, this player could do this, but I know when it's time for the match day, he's gonna show up
he's gonna
100%.
show up. Yeah, yeah.
That's the type of player you need. You don't need a player like that's why when the manager say levels in trainings, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Because that's why I don't like when the manager talks. Because he say level in training, and when it come match day, they do a whole
We
nother
don't
thing.
see
I'm
any.
like, this is
Yeah,
not what
we
you're
don't
telling
see
them.
anything. Yeah, we don't see anything. Like, what are you doing? Like, okay, I know you're picking players based on the effort they put in training, but aren't you supposed to also balance the fact that they're not giving you any output on match day? Are you supposed to balance those two and strike? I don't know, but he's the manager. Like I said, whatever they want to do at the end of the day, they should do with him. But just so people know, there is no agenda against Rashford. There is no agenda against McTominay or any other person. It's just that once I see something is wrong, it is wrong. You call a spade, not just because it's a farm tool. You just say this is a spade, call it out. And you shouldn't be penalized for calling something the way it is. So I know people have their love for him. I like Rashford. I'm saying when Mark put him up for sale, I'm like, that's the only one I feel like I wouldn't really agree to. But if he continues the way he's done, oh man, it's gonna be tough. It's either he goes or Eric Ten Hag goes, and the next manager coming would have the same problem. That's how I see it.
Exactly. So, guys, I just wanted to get into a quick team selection. You know what I mean? We're not gonna take too long because I know you guys have your things to do. But let's get this team selection going on. Who we think might start in the next game? Because I thinking it might be more of the same. The same team that we saw play the last game, maybe minus. I would like to say minus Onana, but the
Man,
reality is, that's not
I
gonna
love
happen.
to I love to see. I'm not gonna say minus in, and I'm gonna say Bayanda and go. Just give me
So
Bayern.
that's
I
who
don't
we
want.
want to see. We're gonna put who we want to see in this
We're
team,
gonna
right?
put who we want to see in this team. I
Right.
want
So
to.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. Olmo, what you saying?
It's gonna be the same lineup that he did last match.
Same lineup, right? So we're saying Luke Shaw,
Yeah, it's gonna be a Luke Shaw,
saying
Leacher,
Leach,
Varane, Delo, Casemiro, Mino, Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland, Rashford.
I was thinking, because for some strange reason I was just wondering if he might play how his name will Ikwambala for the first half in that game.
I
Yeah.
won't. No, he'll play Maguire with Willie.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Mag- it would. It
He'll
would.
play
It would
Maguire
start.
over Willie.
Yeah.
Probably. You know. Kobe. What you guys thought about Kobe playing on the left as opposed to the right hand side?
What's what I'm looking for? He's the advanced playmaker. Is what you look for in a playmaker. He does the playmaker role properly.
I think, yeah, I think if you have Casemiro in the team, right? I think because Kobe is that disciplined to know how to track his man and do all of that covering, right? So the workload is not that much on Casa, right? But once you see,
And he could dribble and recycle the ball. Is why I
yeah,
think like
yeah,
that's why also another thing like Kobe is good on the left hand side, but this is how the team is so disjointed. Kobe could play the left and the right, but the problem is where you play Bruno. The problem is
mm,
where you play Bruno, because Bruno is only going to look for Rashford. You cannot play Bruno is would be better on the right hand side, as in a Mazzala run, just cross the ball into the box. But the manager
yeah.
won't do that. He will put Bruno on the left hand side so that
No,
Bruno could link up
but
with Rashford. It's
Remember
oh
when
my
he
god.
put Bruno on the right, fans were screaming and say they want to see Bruno in the 10. They want to see Bruno in the 10. Don't put Bruno on the right. But like I felt like how the season started just got me pissed because this man actually started by in the preseason by giving Sancho the false nine, and I thought that was how we are gonna go in the season. I was hoping
Yeah, that's
for that.
what, like yeah,
Me
already
too,
he gave us
actually.
the false sense of security and he just threw it away.
Yeah, man. Like I was hoping for that because I knew like that would be there'll be an interchange between Sancho and Bruno in terms of Bruno drops to the 10, Sancho goes to the right, like that kind of interchange, right? Because the
Yes,
two of them they know how to they would be able to get to read him on that. But once the season started, it just threw everything out.
He put Rashford at the nine, and
I'm like
Sancho was on the bench for 2 games in a row. Like I didn't get it.
I'm like, what is
And
Guys,
happening?
you know what I think caused that shift?
Oh
The minority group that protested Mason Greenwood out.
no, but Greenwood
no,
was not. But Greenwood was not in the plan.
Green was not in
We
the
didn't.
plan at all.
Didn't start preseason. Didn't go for preseason. So it
Greenwood
was
was in preseason training, guys.
it wasn't with the
He
team.
was in preseason training.
He wasn't with the team.
He was. They just didn't have him on camera. He wasn't playing in the games, but he was at training with the
No,
people.
he wasn't at the training. He wasn't the he
Bro,
was
listen to me. Greenwood back in training with the club since February. February last year. Right? The club just was not having any cameras take pictures of him. He was back in training with the club since February. I could tell you for a fact.
No, but Mark, okay. Even if Greenwood was supposed to be in the team, right? But now Greenwood it doesn't even make sense because now Greenwood is not coming back. Why did you just throw out that plan that you started with in preseason? Because that was gonna work in my opinion. Because the manager was thinking, okay, I'm not going to get my striker ready until maybe the first week of September. So I'm going to go with this. But the season started in August. He just
Yeah,
like
well,
tossed it in the bin.
my opinion is that, the main key factor to that front line working would be Rashford starting next to Jaden Sancho and Greenwood playing off the right as the starter. Because as we know, the way Greenwood is play and how he just carry the ball and drive and where he just take shots and things from, he would have been more the focal point of the attack in a way. You know what I mean? It would give the attack some balance, and Sancho would probably be there mainly as the assister, not really as the goal scorer. He will grab goals, but I think he was there to provide. And when he lost Greenwood, he was like, well, this not going to work too well. You understand what I'm saying? Because maybe Anthony, from my opinion, the as Rasmus Hoyland settled down more, I think his link up with Anthony would probably get better, as it will get better with the other wingers as well.
See, honestly, for me, I'm not jumping off the Anthony ship, right? But I just feel like Anthony is not ready for United. That's how I
I
feel.
wouldn't say he not ready. I would say he just having a tough go out this season. And the reason why I say that because I see it before. I've seen
It's
this
not
before.
for me. It's
I,
not good enough.
I see it with Saka, bro. And men will say no, but the first year Saka players are right wing, he was rubbish. Like, and let me just go, and I will keep stating this simple fact. People just talk about how amazing Saka was. It takes Saka 4 seasons playing at right wing, right?
But that's
To
that's
get the same
that's
amount of goals and assists that Mason Greenwood get in 1.5 seasons. 1.5. I just want to put that out there.
no, but there are some clubs that actually are patient with their players. Right? Where
True.
we're in a club that it's not that you don't give us you don't give
That's
us the
only now,
output.
bro. That's recently, in the last 2 years. Because look, Rashford
Anyways,
get
let's
8 years.
just.
If he was not patient, Rashford would not have gotten 8 years, bro. No, I
I
being
understand.
real.
No,
I'm
I
being
get you.
real.
You
So,
make you have a point there, man. I get
so
you. I
all
get
I'm
what you're
saying is
saying.
that listen, now I understand the situation, and this is why I put him up there for sale because like a lot of people write him off. But I saying look at things this way. If in the next 15 games Anthony grab a goal and assist or a goal or assist every game, then in my opinion, I would take that and game next season. You know why? Because I'm being honest with you when I see this, right? People talk about Jaden Sancho mental health and all these things. Nobody ain't talking about Anthony mental health, no one. And for a young man, 23 years old, to go through what he went through for the last 9 months, it had to be hard. And as much as it shouldn't affect his game, looking at the type of player he is when he at his best, he's looked like a fighter on the field. You know, he don't really look that. He's look like a shadow of himself. He's look like a poor me one on the field right now, like a softie. You know, like anybody could push him around and he just walk off normal. Long time he would have be up in the face and all kind of thing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He'd have push up on his chest against them and like, what is what? You know? But now he's like, so I feel like it's just a shift in him and I throw off his game. So right now I would give him a little bit of time, to get himself right, and hopefully he will do better going forward. That's just my opinion.
You see, the way I do it, I look at football differently because the stats that people bring up that I start to ignore now is when if I hear GA, I'm ignoring that. If I hear XG, I'm ignoring that. If I hear pass completion, I'm ignoring that.
As well.
Tell me the stats and I'll go watch that game and I will see if it was a good assist or it's a bad assist. I will see if it's a good pass or bad pass. Anthony doesn't have a right foot and he has a problem of retaining the ball. He
Well,
gives out bad passes
actually it is
in those small pockets. He gives out bad passes where the other players who's passing the ball to has to reach far to get the ball. He needs to
well
work on his passing and he needs to work on his right foot. If he doesn't work on his right foot, he can never make it
no, but you
United.
see, the reason why I say that is because most of
Actually,
those
he will never
issues
make it in
are
the
occurring
Premier
this
League. He doesn't have
season.
a right foot.
But last season, guys, this is all I go and say. Last season, he was the most proven winger we had. He kept the ball better than every other winger that we had last season. He was the best press proven player we had last season.
See,
And not
Yes.
see
only that, he had one
for
of the
Ant.
highest. He had a very good rate of pass completion in terms of accuracy, in terms of key passes that he made. It wasn't one of those things last season where he was having us. I think his game was entirely thrown off this season compared to last season. For me, he could have easily have a 10 goal and probably 5, 6, 7 assists last season, barring the fact that he hit posts like 7 times, and he may have missed some players that he passed the ball to might have not put it on target. So, in my honest opinion, I think this season is like a shadow from last season, and based on the fact that from what I see last season and the player that I'm looking at right now, I have to attribute it to the fact that he probably mentally not focused, and like R10 is saying, should be a bench player for now, and everybody should be cool with that.
No,
Because
of
at the end of
course.
the day, I think the 90 million is what having fans upset. They feel like fans feel like, if we didn't spend 90 million on Anthony, we'd have get this and that player and Harry Kane. Bro, I
I'm
No,
swear
happy.
to God, I being honest here. If we
You,
buy
you know, you
Harry
know,
Kane, I would have removed my Manchester United tattoo.
You,
If we had
you
buy
know the
Man.
reason why my thing for not selling Anthony because there are other players in that position. I don't have to worry too much. There are other players in that position. I don't have to worry too much. Like again, that's why I said this January window they should have loaned in a goalkeeper. I don't care what you say. You loan in a goalkeeper because buying there is invisible. Brian did not a player. He just there as a participation trophy. Onana has been messing up. He's the only goalkeeper. You're not even bringing a huge goalkeeper. So imagine just loaning a goalkeeper at this point. Like to tell
Well,
the
he
truth,
did
'cause
last
Onana
January.
is
He did
nothing.
loan in Dubravka last January.
He should again. You're gonna might as well just loan a goalkeeper that's gonna play. 'Cause all this,
yeah, because
like
right
for
now it's not
for
looking like any of the backup goalkeeper is going to get this
my
lift.
my thing is, I've always said that I said this yesterday that the three position where you cannot wait for a player to come good, like you don't have the time to wait, is the
Striker,
goalkeeper,
goalkeeper.
center back, and the striker. That's it. You cannot say, "Oh, I gotta wait for him to come good." Like, no, I cannot wait for you because you gotta get me goals, you gotta save goals, and you gotta defend goals.
Exactly.
Every other
I
player you could
agree
wait
with
for.
you there,
For
though. I
example,
agree with
for
you there.
example, For example, if Mino wasn't so good as he is, it was like a little bit less. Like if Mino's playing like McTominay last year, I could say, okay, I could wait for him to come good because he's getting to
Yeah,
midfielder. I could wait. Some position you cannot wait.
hundred
We need,
percent, bro.
like for
Yeah,
example, they need someone. They need to get a striker, a centre back, and a goalkeeper. That's it. Work on that right away, and you figure out the rest of it on. You get that,
100%.
and we could continue from then on out. But those three positions are priority number one.
and
100%,
lastly,
fam.
let me just add this on the Anthony thing. I feel like with the inconsistency in the team in terms of result and performance, right, is even getting to, some players, they don't know, or whatever the team is going through affects them. So I feel like if we getting a lot of W's, it would beef up confidence, and players like Anthony might benefit from such state of the team, right? So but I'll just say, so because some games he gives everything, but some other games is like you'll be like, what's this, man? Like the Wolves game, I'm like, what's this, man? What are you doing? And Newport, you were astounding. Why are you doing? What are you playing at, right? So like what Aroten is saying, maybe it's not focused. Keep him as a bench player for now. I like to see the likes of.
How many wingers do we have in the team right now?
I think we have
6.
Ganacho, we have
Well,
Rashford, we
5.
have
5 now.
Ahmad, we have Ahmad, we have Pedestrian's gone, we have Anthony. I think it's five, man. Five.
14,
Oh,
right?
Forcing.
Fosin. Yeah, Fosin.
So,
Yeah, that's why it's
Anthony could sit on the bench for a while to figure it out and get
Yeah,
cameos until
yeah,
he's ready.
yeah,
100%.
That I
yeah.
could
That's
wait
what I'm
for.
saying. I would bench him. Like, in my honest opinion, benching a player doesn't mean he's rubbish. Sometimes you're benching a player to save them from themselves.
Yeah, save them
People
from
is
themselves, save
people
them
is
from the
look at
firing
things in a
line.
black and white way with football. When football not really linear, it's more like a up and down situation. Because if we look at Jack Grealish cost £103 million and didn't play a single game for 9 months straight. 9 months.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean? And so,
Hmm.
in my honest opinion, look at Mateus Nunez. How much games he played for City?
Yeah,
Four?
yeah.
You know what I mean? 80 million, 60, 70 million pounds? Come on. So I just look at it like this. Sometimes you can bench a player, not because you don't like them, not because you don't rate them, but because you're trying to save them from themselves. You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
only at United the fans and the media tend to start hyping price at, because if you look at other clubs, they don't really hype price, man. They just see the players who they are for what they are, not just the price tag.
I
But
mean,
again, it's United. Everybody needs to write a paper, so
a prime
it is what it
example of
is.
that was Cody Gakpo. A lot of
Yeah,
people was like, Cody Gakpo, who from the Dutch league, rubbish. Da, 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 da,
but
da.
they don't talk about him anymore. It's in Liverpool, so they
Because
have
why
to
he
use.
banging in goals for Liverpool. So now,
Hmm.
he's a big player. You know what I mean? When Ten Hag was scouting him and nobody knew about him. You know what I mean? Ten Hag talent ID is rubbish, guys. This is what I keep saying to fans, it doesn't make up their mind on what they want. You know, but guys, you know what? The match preview, last few minutes, Olmo, we're gonna leave you to close this show tonight because of your feature. Pretty much appreciate the fact that you joined us tonight. Big up to all the guys that came in tonight. Stephanie Griffith, as usual, R10, big up to you. Luan France, we hope you feel better. Big up to GB, always inside. You know what I mean? Never miss Rob. We was doing the match prediction, guys. You know how it is. This is our team. What we would like to see. Same team that played against, the last game and against Wolves. And we just substitute Onana because we think Bayern there's a better keeper, and that's our word. But you know what? It's time for our buddy Olmo to steal the show. The big feature tonight. Bro, close the show. Let's hear what you have to say as your final comments as we look on to Manchester United versus West Ham at Old Trafford.
Manchester United versus West Ham. We should be able to win this game easily if we control the ball. Don't hero ball it. Control the ball and don't give the ball away. Because West Ham, they want the ball, but they're not gonna press us for the ball. So we should not worry about them pressing. Control the ball and listen. If we gotta do 100 passes just to get one shot of goal, do it. Because once West Ham got the ball, they want to attack. Don't let them attack by keeping the ball away. I'm done.
For sure, for sure. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you on that. Anything from you, Drex, before we close the show?
No, it's pretty much what Omo is saying. They would not press us, but once they get the ball, they will try to want to get a goal and go sit back. That's David Moyes. That's how.
Oh,
He likes
one more thing,
celebrating.
one more thing, one more thing. Eric Ramsey should get fired
100%.
because
Oh, thank you. Somebody is saying
that's
my
his set piece coach. We're going to play against West Ham, and they score most of the goals of set piece
on
with
set piece.
two
Yeah,
checks, Edison Alvarez. That man should get fired tomorrow.
I said it.
Bro,
I
he
said
didn't
it,
get
and I
fired
keep
last
saying,
week.
He didn't get fired for the past year. He was here doing Ole. This
Bro,
man's a criminal.
bro, these are the things why this
these are
make me
part of the
feel like
problems
I
we talk
kind of
about
have to
here.
support Eric Ten Hag a little bit more,
I've said it
because
several times. Like this guy, the Eric Ramsey and some of the goalkeeper coach, they need to. They're outdated. Let me put it this way: not like they're not good, but they're outdated. They need to phase them out and get the new set of people in. That's how I say it. Because you can't tell me
100%.
we don't score from we hardly score from set piece. Then when we're defending set piece, we look so terrible and awful, bro,
We
man.
finally scored one. People gonna wait. We scored one for McTominay, but I'm waiting. When is the next one? The direct free kick, the last one that I seen from a Manchester United player was the under 18, and I'm looking for the next direct free kick goal. Under 18, under 21 senior squad. When's the next direct free kick goal? That's all I've been doing now. I've been waiting for the next direct free kick goal. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who it is. So Manchester
100%.
United free kick goal. Even the
Yeah,
women's
you
team.
know, to be fair,
I'm
Olmo,
looking
you're
at the
right.
women's team.
You're right. You know, we used to be a team dangerous on the free kicks. You know, they never used to want to let Manchester United get a free kick, especially when CR7 was here. Never forget
Yeah,
that.
even
CR7,
Rooney,
Wayne
Marta's
Rooney.
goals,
Rooney,
Gates.
Michael, what's his name? Agri, Owen Agreeves, and even Carrick.
Valencia and all. It was
Yeah,
deadly. You know what I mean?
There's even, there's even Mata, the last one that's got good free
yeah.
kick goal for us.
Yeah,
Even
100%.
even Rashford knows how. I don't know.
Oh,
Recently, he
Ronaldo
just
scored a free kick to make a hat trick twice in
bro,
this
man.
season
Let's
here.
let's 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 hope that tomorrow we do the business and just get the 3 point and go past because we are playing. We are right behind them. We win them and we go
Yeah,
ahead.
and if we smash them up, we go straight into 6, 2 points clear. And that means, you know what? We are the best of the rest, chasing the top five, and we will be 4 points behind those in fifth. It's one of those things, gigs and RVP. Yeah, I mean, R10. R10, when we do the match reaction tomorrow night, same time, we're going to start at, I think we started at 1:35 tonight. We're going to
No,
start at the same time.
yeah, because I have we might because I have the week that was at with my buddy at D-Hub Sports. So yeah, about the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably start a little bit earlier so he can get
Mhm.
to that show after R10. I'm going to share the link so you and Olmo, you can come in and have your say as well, on the match reaction and let us know what you're thinking because I'm thinking it's going to be a big win for United. I'm going with a big score, 5-1 to Manchester United. And I'm saying this heavy because I think Rasmus Højlund is going to bag that hat trick. You know what, guys? I'm going to tell you another secret. I triple captain him in my FPL today. So, guys, I'm telling you, I'm betting on it. So, anytime that hat trick comes, just know I called it. You know what I mean? Big up to everyone joining us. Thank you for
Big
Omo
up
for coming
yourself,
in.
man.
R10, thank you
Big
for
up
always being
Omo.
throughout the stream. Big up to you at D-Up Sports, my buddy Drex. It's always my buddy on the duo here with me, always causing problems. Omo, hope to get you in more streams, bro. Hope you have a good night. And everyone joining us, don't forget to
Like,
like, subscribe, and share the thing, man. Share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook, share it on your YouTube. Let your friends see that you're, joining this community. Help the channel grow. I think I'm on to 120 subs right now, and I'm trying to get to 200. And I hope we could help get Drex from 49 to 50 to 100 by the end
Bro,
of
I'm
this
six.
weekend,
I think
guys.
I'm 63 now after the Afcon.
63.
After today's Afcon, I think I'm 63. Yeah.
Well, we need to get him. We need to get him with 27 more likes, subscribers, guys, so we can get him to 100. 37. I mean, so guys, smash those buttons, share us around. I hope you all have a good night. We'll see you all tomorrow for the watch along, the chill along. We're gonna have bots there. Omo, it's gonna be me, Drex, and Manj. He's always there, and probably Ronald might pop in. Hope you guys have a good evening. We'll catch you all later. You know what? Smash those likes on your way out. And don't forget to leave your smash predictions and your score predictions in the comments of the non-live section as we leave. Have a good one, guys.
Oh.